Welcome everyone. Thank you very much for tuning in for this tarot read. All right, so we are going to go ahead and jump into it. So this is going to be sort of a general read, reaching out to the energies of the collective. We'll see what messages come forward. So it may or may not resonate for you guys. That's just fine. Also, we are going to draw an energy card at the end of this read too. Let's see. I definitely feel a making peace. I feel I'm making peace with something, finding inner peace and starting a new beginning, being able to sort of sever ties with something and let something from the past go. There's like this sort of embracing change, embracing a change that in some way someone sort of has no control over. It's like this was coming, this was just circumstance that happened in life. And so it's like, now it's time to start looking forward and start planning for the future. I see that in that sun card, like planning for blessings, planning for abundance, building for the future. Ooh, we had one that wanted to come flying out. Voice. This is also like asking for what you want, not just from the people around you, from life in general. This is also with the universe too. And it's sort of like defining what it is that you want for yourself, what you want this sun to represent for you, these blessings, and then being able to sort of like ask for it and ask for assistance in getting there, assistance from the universe, from God, from a higher power, and sort of manifesting these things in your life and being able to take active steps towards it, like being able to voice it. I just feel a lot of power that comes from that card, like saying it out loud is really going to help it to come forward to you. I'll tell you too what I see in this Oceans card. Our world turns. Change is inevitable. Life is we're always changing. Things are always happening around us. This is like this need to go with the flow. Instead of sort of trying to fight change, trying to fight the world turning, you can see the figure, she's balancing, but she's moving with. And it's this sort of embracing the flow and embracing the change and learning to move with it that actually gives you a level of control over where it goes, instead of trying to fight it and still having it turn under your feet, which usually winds up, I don't know about you guys, but for me, that usually winds up with me falling on my ass and then having to get back up and learning to go with the flow. And I do believe these cards are speaking to embracing this change, making peace with the fact that things are changing and moving forward. There are outside pressures too involved. These are definitely things that you have no control over in your life. Outside circumstances that are actually forcing you. This is like this world turning. It's going to turn, like I said, whether you like it or not. And that's what this pressure card represents. So it's this need to sort of go with it, embrace it, and then learn to use it to your advantage. This is like, it feels like a journey. It feels like stepping into something new. There's a sense of unknown here, and there's a sense of uncertainty I feel in the cards. I got a lot of these cards already that got birds in them. Birds represent messengers. They represent spirit. This tells me that your spirit guides are trying to help lead you. That's part of what these outside pressures are too. This is like the universe. This is God. This is your spirit guides that are trying to help to show you the path and show you the way. Move you out of a situation that you're in and move you into something that's going to be more beneficial for you. Something that's going to be more of what you want, but learning how to sort of ask for it, learning how to define it in your mind and vocalize it will help you to see the path in moving forward, right? And steering that planet, because it is going to keep turning under your feet. I feel a huge change with this magic, this alchemy card. I feel is directly tied to the voice card and being able to sort of define this for yourself and speak it out loud. It's like it's almost going to set things into motion that help to take you where you want to go, like allowing sort of those puzzle pieces to fall into place. Feel connection in this biome, connection to the world around you. I feel like there's a deeper meaning to this card, and I'm going to have to pull a few more. It just keeps standing out to me. I don't know if this is like family or a romantic connection. This is like relationships, connecting with someone. This is part of this change, maybe moving towards connections or building connections, or I don't know if it would be healing or rekindling connections. We're going to pull a few more because I just keep getting drawn to this card, so I feel like it has a lot of importance in this read. Moon darkness. I have this sense of feeling like alone too right now, and that is part of this journey and something that I can see in the cards. you want to move towards. And I do feel like that's tied again to this biome, this connection, feeling connected to something, feeling connected to someone, feeling like a part of things. Electricity. It's wildness. This card, I'm trying to get a vibe. A lot of times when I look at these cards, I can actually see almost like a timeline in my mind, and I can see where they fit. This one feels further in the future. This electricity card almost feels like it hasn't come into play yet. Breath. I feel a bit of depression in that breath card. And I feel it tied to the moon card too. This is like, because of this connection that you're missing, you're feeling out of balance, you're feeling alone. I do believe all of these things that are happening around you, all of these outside forces, like I said, universe, God, spirit guides, they are trying to lead you in a direction that's going to bring you that balance, that's going to bring you into that connection that you're looking for. We're going to grab 2 more. Marine life richness. This is part of this new chapter that you are moving towards, this richness. That's where it's kind of going to take you. That is what you want. It's representative of where you actually want to be. And bushfires. I feel it tied to wildness. I don't feel like it's really negative. I don't feel like it's devastating. I just feel like it brings a level of I don't even know that it's chaos. It's just sort of things feeling a little crazy. Things feeling a little crazy or a little bit sort of up in the air. It does speak to that sort of sense of unknown, but I feel like movement within it, like it's part of the change. It's just part of the change. It's also part of sort of purging something that you no longer need as well and sort of moving on to the next chapter. We're going to grab some of these Gilded Tarot for more clarity on what's going on. So we have the Lover's card. I do feel a connection to a relationship in these cards at 3 of Pentacles. As like something that you wanted to be a fruitful relationship or a fruitful partnership. I feel like you've nurtured this thing. I definitely feel that in the Empress card. I feel a lot of soft energy. I feel giving. I feel nurturing, like trying to bring something into being a fruitful partnership as well. I do feel like this is part of your change. I feel almost a disconnect in it though. Like you're still feeling alone. You're still not feeling that biome. You're not feeling that connection, even within whatever this partnership is. If this is a romantic one, it's I don't know that it's completely one-sided, but in a way it feels one-sided, like you're giving too much or the other person is expecting too much. I do feel like you were planning to build a legacy with this person too. This was kind of the intention, building a life together, building a legacy together, starting a new chapter of abundance. And that's part of actually what this change is about. You starting a new cycle of abundance. It's emotional abundance. It's that, like I said, that biome, that connection, finding balance, finding the richness of life. But I still feel like there's some sort of a disconnect and I get pulled back to the Lover's card. So like somebody's not completely on board like they said they were, or it's feeling like as you're making this transition, this person is sort of digging their heels in or not coming along with. Fool card. I do feel like the past is coming back too. Something you've experienced in the past, possibly something this other energy has experienced in the past is like coming back. I get the letter G in this read. I'm not sure if that fits to you or that fits to the other energy. Here it's like where you're living or where you're trying to sort of get to. But something from the past is actually intervening in the relationship. Something from the past, something that somebody needs to see in a new light. And I feel like, again, I feel like purge. I feel like fresh start. We need to sort of let go of something and embrace the future, embrace the flow of life to be able to get the most out of it and to be able to have some level of control that is steering it as to where it goes. Communication. Communication. So something's not being said here. It does involve something from the past. I almost feel like it's feelings that somebody doesn't even realize that they're having. I don't necessarily feel it from this Empress, because this Empress, I feel like this is somebody who's pretty self-aware. I do feel like this is somebody who has tried to communicate a lot with their partner and sort of being like, hey, what's going on? Why are you sort of pressuring me in this way? Because I feel like that secondary energy is actually adding to those pressures too in some way, but not in a positive way. I feel like I said, like digging heels in and sort of stopping the process. They're sort of adding to someone's not moving with the flow. That's like adding to doubts, adding to insecurities, adding to fears. I feel like this Empress has tried to express things to this person. I feel like this person's kind of, I don't want to say glossed over it, but not taking a really severe look at themselves and sort of looking at where their emotions are coming from and why they're behaving the way they are. And if perhaps they're expecting too much of this Empress without giving enough themselves, because I feel like there needs to be a new perspective here. This needs to be looked at in a new way. And I feel like something from the past is coming into that other person's life and sort of like influencing their behavior, influencing the way they are treating this Empress, whether this is, some sort of fear of loss or some sort of like a need to sort of be in control so that they don't feel like that fear of loss. But it's coming forward, it's manifesting in a very negative way, and it's stopping this Empress because this read is centered around this Empress. And it's like stopping her from this journey that she's trying to make. It's stopping her from this transition, from moving towards blessings, from truly opening up to the flow and taking the next step, from finding balance, finding richness, finding connection, because there's still something missing. She has this relationship in her life, but I feel energies beyond that she's trying to connect to. Yeah, I feel like it's like she's trying to be fair. Like trying to be fair to, I don't know if it's to everyone or if it's like to herself and be true to herself, but without being unfair to this other party that she's with. Because I feel like this is where a lot of her conflict is lying. I know that there's a connection she wants to go to. That's part of her transition. That's part of her moving forward. But this energy that she is connected with, she's so worried about this person's emotions that she's like having trouble being true to herself and making choices that are just for her, because then it comes into her mind, am I being selfish kind of thing. But we had that voice card. This is like a need to speak your truth. Speak your truth, what you really want. What do you really want? And to be able to go for it regardless. Because if you stay for King of Cups over here and you play by his rules, are you truly going to be happy, or are you going to stay sort of stuck in that darkness card, and that sense of sort of feeling alone, that sense of feeling out of balance, that sense of feeling like you're not connected to what you want to be connected for? Like at the end of the day, it's your life to live. I need to choose the way you want to live it. This is the clarity that she needs to find. It's going to help her to fight out of this sort of Eight of Swords. This level of confusion of what's fair. Do I do what's true to myself? Do I be true to myself, or do I take this King of Cups more into account, and do I do more for this King of Cups? Do I give more? I feel like she's at almost a bit of a crossroads here too, and sort of trying to define what balance is in this dynamic. Ten of Cups. We couldn't have two more opposite cards sitting next to each other. Ten of Cups next to a Tower. That Ten of Cups is like, it's like happily ever after. It's like everything you want. And then this Tower card is like a big dramatic ending. It's like something devastating. And I don't feel like it has to be one or the other. Like neither of these cards pop out to me and being like, this is what's going to happen to her in this King of Cups. Neither of these cards pop out. So I feel like there's still area to move in here. There's still area to move, but there's learning that has to be done. And this King, I have a strong connection from the Page of Swords to the King. He's being selfish. He's being selfish, and he needs to look within at the choices that he's making and discover why he's making those choices, because he might be driving this towards a tower when it has the possibility to be a 10 of cups. You know, because from her, I just feel like giving. I feel like giving, nurturing, compromising, trying to make somebody happy, and within that, trying to find happiness herself. But it's like it's not enough now. Now she needs more in life. Now she needs deeper connections. Now she needs to move on to another stage. I feel like other things are not working out in her life. This might even be sort of career-wise and her living situation. I feel like it's part of those pressures that are driving her and pushing her to make the change that deep inside she wants to make anyways. You know, there's other energies involved here too that she wants to go to. I feel like she feels isolated from, oh, this is other family members, or if this is friends. But it's other connections. This is our biome. This is where our biome comes in. I knew that there was something else to it. It's like she wants connection with these others. And she's feeling walled off, and she's feeling alone. And I feel like it's abundant harvest. I feel like this is what she's trying to work towards. Like she's trying to put in the groundwork to attain the abundant harvest, which is making that connection. Right? Coming back to that biome, making that connection with those that she desires to be close to. I feel like she talks to these, whoever these energies are, and I do feel like it's going to most likely be family. But it's not enough. I feel distance. I still feel distance, like talking isn't enough. Like we have to be in each other's company. This is what she needs to be happy. She needs to be within their company. She needs to see them physically. She needs to hug them, to be a part of their lives. And I feel like this is something she's very much missing. I just see a lot of drive here, like outside forces from the world. Like I said, there's something to do here, and I do believe it's with a job. And I think possibly even a housing situation. It's like other shit isn't working out for our Empress, and these are things that are sort of like I said, it's like from beyond. It's from beyond that's trying to push her and drive her towards what she really wants, because right now she's like 5 of cups. She's not having a good time. She's missing this connection. Her King of Cups is not being as supportive as he needs to be. He's not being as compromising. He's moving in a selfish way for his own reasons. I do feel like that Fool card is for him, and he needs to sort of find that new perspective. Like there's something going on beneath the surface here that in the subconscious and he's not even really aware of, and it's time for him to do some shadow work and to dig into that and figure out why he's being the way he is, instead of, being supportive. Instead of building a 10 of cups with her, why is he pushing towards the tower? Right? But I do feel like she needs to be true to her. That is what that Knight of Swords says. That is being true to yourself. That is where she's going to find her victory, in being true to herself. She definitely feels torn though. She feels torn. Do I move in my own direction? Do I move in a way that's true to me? Do I speak my truth? And is that being selfish? But if I give in, and if I stay where I'm at, it's like, I feel like this never-ending journey. I feel a lot of depression coming from this 9 of Wands. And like unfulfilled. Like our emotional needs are not being met. There's just like super worn out. Extremely worn out. This person's in hermit mode. Our Empress is in hermit mode right now. She feels alone. But she also feels very introspective, like sort of lost in her thoughts. What do I really want? What do I really want? What's most important? What decision should I make? I'm going to grab a few more here. I feel like she needs to refill her cup, because I keep feeling exhaustion with that 9 of Wands and the 9 of Swords. I was definitely feeling that sense of sort of like alone. The sense of possibly depression, of isolation. There's like this need to strengthen herself again. This need to fill her cup back up. This need to heal. And sort of feeling like she's got her feet back under her is what she's needing. That's going to help her to turn her wheel of fortune too, because I feel like she's so busy with all these worries and all this emotional upheaval and this fucking king who's not contributing the way that she needs him to contribute, and not being as supportive the way she needs him to be supportive. And it's like She doesn't even feel like she can keep turning her freaking wheel of fortune. She doesn't even feel like she can keep building for the abundant harvest. Like she's feeling like her cup is empty. It needs to be refilled. And there's the Nine of Cups. It says just that. It's like needing to, she needs to reconnect. That's what she needs. She needs to reconnect with this Three of Cups, whoever this Three of Cups is to her, friends, family members. She needs to reconnect with them to be able to fill up her cup again. Because that Three of Swords is about separation, but separation with the chance of reconciliation. She needs to get back with them. And she needs to realize too, and I do feel like once she's got her cup filled up, it's going to be like this, I can do this. I can do this. The only thing that's been holding me back so far is my fears, my doubts, my insecurities. And it's not like this king hasn't, I'm going to tell you, it's not like this king hasn't contributed to that. But she's sort of allowing it. It's like she's internalizing it. She's internalizing whatever this king is doing, and it's stopping her from moving forward on her journey. This is why we had voice in the beginning. Speak your truth. Time to speak her truth and be true to herself. We do have Temperance, balance. This balance, filling her cup up, will help her to find clarity in what she needs to do. And the Nine of Pentacles. I see independence in that Nine of Pentacles. I see like making a choice for yourself, making a choice that you know is going to bring you abundance and happiness. And I do feel like our Empress needs to do that. That's what the cards are saying to her. So she is stuck sort of, and I do feel like a move too. I feel like a move because I don't see how else any of this could be. If you got energies way the hell over here that you're nowhere near and you desire to be close to, and nothing is working out where you're at, all I can see is these cards is that she's making a move. She's thinking about physically packing up and moving somewhere to be closer to these. I'm thinking this king is probably a little rooted in where he's at, or he sort of likes the job he has, the home he has, the lifestyle he has, and he's like not looking forward to some sort of a big change that brings a lot of uncertainty. Like it's scaring the shit out of him. And so he wants to stay put, is my guess here. That would make the most amount of sense, is that he's wanting to stay put, and that's part of him sort of digging his heels in. And then it's holding her back, and it's sort of throwing her off of balance too. She needs to go be with these people, whoever these people are, her people, her soul family. She needs to be with them. That's where she's going to fill her emotional cup. That's where she's going to rest. She's going to recuperate, recharge her batteries. And I feel like completely fresh perspective when this happens. Like ultimate freaking clarity. Like this fog is lifted and it's like, that's what I need to do. That is what I see for her. That is what I see for her, the journey, and that is what the cards are telling her to do. Take that journey, be with your people, refill your cup. This will tell you what you need to do. That's where everything is going to make sense to you. We're going to grab one of these crystal cards here too. I had one pop out the back. Tiger's Eye. Overcome your fears. You know, and that makes absolute sense. I see that card. I get pulled back to our King of Cups. And I'll tell you too, I don't think I mentioned it, but cups can represent a water sign. So this person might be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, possibly. A lot of the time, he's just somebody who's within their emotions. Sometimes can be emotionally manipulative. I don't get an evil vibe off of him. Sometimes I get an SOB vibe off of some of these cards. I don't get it off of him. This person's just human. This person just has their own baggage. This person on some level is unaware of the effect that they're having on their Empress. And I don't feel like that's something they would like to do. I don't think that that's something that they intend, but they're doing it nonetheless. And it's time to sort of look within, right? And do their own shadow work, because I do feel like they are contributing to fears that are holding our Empress back. Like she's worried that Buddy's going to cut loose from her and she's going to lose this relationship that she tried to nurture and that she felt she gave a lot on so that she could try and build abundance and a legacy with, you know? So there's that fear that's holding her back too. This is like overcoming your fears. So I do know that being with her people, this is where her clarity is going to get found. I can see it in my mind's eye. I can actually see a veil lifting and I feel like complete clarity. So I know that's exactly what she's going to get by making this transition over, making this trip, taking time to go and be with them. This is very important for her. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed the read. If you did, please hit that like, that subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. Take care.